doing this from my phone, so yeah, I managed to change the microphone settings for the PC, and that used to work. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't sound that bad. I have a little bit of a problem with the chat because I cannot see it. It's over the top of my head, so I hope everything is fine. Well, let's just start, then we will see. If anybody will come online, well, let me know. I'll check out every once in a while the messages. Unfortunately, for now, that's a way to go. If anybody has an idea, can I look at it through the computer at the... Because I wouldn't want to have another, like an account of mine, but being just for watching the stuff. I would like to have just my thing. Yeah, I would have one spectator that is not actually a spectator. It's just me, and that's not something that I would want to do. Okay. This is starting... It looks kind of crazy, I know. Stupid, and the lines are not that interesting. But I swear, at some point it's gonna look good. Hopefully. If it doesn't, I'll just pretend this never happened. If you ask me, no? The live? What live? I don't even know what Twitch is. I swear to God. No. As my mom, my grandma, my dad, and whoever says, never swear anything to God because nothing is certain. A little bit of something, I would say. Okay. This guy has a strange nose. Has extremely big nostrils. Don't ask me why sometimes I don't get normal words in English. That is not my first language, but I know what nostrils are. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a strange guy. Okay. Ooh. I actually started to learn English. Well, I was abroad, so I basically had to. I had to learn English. But the thing is, I said, what's the book that I can start reading and then will get me a little bit of knowledge? And so I pick up Game of Thrones. Yeah, I did that. And I read all of them. At the start, it was kind of like something like one page. Basically 15-20 minutes for one page because I had to search the words. And that was basically how I started to learn English. Basically every time, apart from the fact that I was talking it in schools and at home, everybody around me was speaking English, so that helped for sure. But yeah, those books just helped me out a lot. There's some words that I still remember that I never used because they're not in current English, like mayhaps. While I was there, I never used perhaps. I always used mayhaps. And it's a real word. I mean, it's nothing invented, but yeah, it's not used. And I used it just because I found that word so funny. It's just because you might say, and I used it like this, maybe, perhaps, mayhaps, but I was asked something. Yeah, and you would say, you're a dumbass, maybe. Like, why would you do that? It was my running joke. Is it funny? now. Did I do it? Yeah, all the time. Okay. I hear things here. I don't know what happens. I believe we've got a spectator. You're welcome here. I'm kind of a nice guy. Kinda, because sometimes I just say stuff. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense, but I keep talking. So I might go off of tangents that don't make sense. I may not understand things. I just go along. If you want to relax a little bit, watch this kind of stuff. It's pretty fun. Because usually the drawing doesn't come bad. One I basically did on live four drawing, I think, something in the neighborhood of that. And the thing is, only one came not as good as I wanted, but it was a problem with the coloring. It wasn't a problem with the drawing itself. So I'm not blaming myself. I'm blaming the dirt cheap pencil that I use. Basically, you don't have the money to get, well, the very good one. Even if I had an actual job, I wouldn't be able to buy them. Or yeah, I wouldn't have the expendable income that would be necessary to buy that kind of stuff. I've seen people like, okay, I bought this stuff, is like $1,000. I'm like, what you're talking about? $1,000? I bought mine for $5. Yeah, I'm saying dollars, but it's euros. It always says. Uh, when I talk about inches, that I translate, or I try to, to get close. When I talk about money, it's just dollars. I say, oh, I pick that for $5, and maybe, I don't know, maybe pencils don't cost $5, because there are things that are like much cheaper or much higher price, depending on where you live. So maybe somebody saying, "Oh wow, $5." Here are like $1, or maybe it's like $5. I get them for like 20, and they're the worst one that you can buy. I don't know. Now this beard looks one. Of course, we're gonna trim that down, but I had to give it a little bit of a spacing. Now what I do is I start with a little bit of a shade, just to make sure that everything is alright with the pencil. I have a couple of brown colors and I go over with them, and it's completely covered. You cannot see that it was there, so I don't have to erase anything. Plus, the important thing is that I have this. I don't know, it's probably he's been in the house longer than I have. And my parents bought this house before I was born, so it's been quite a while. And yeah, doesn't work properly. And that was the problem that I had with the drawing that didn't come out right. It's because I had a problem with the coloring. I tried to fix it with that, didn't work. Didn't work at all. Okay. I have recently found this way of doing it with the lines that I keep. It's pretty interesting to give the thing of the face. I did that for the Loki drawing that I did. It's this one. Let me show. This one that I did. I think it came out pretty good, and it's the first time that people see it. Well, with this camera, I'm live streaming from the phone directly. I don't have to connect it to the computer, so this is supposed to be 1080p, I think. Yeah, and here you can see that I have this line right here that is supposed to have a source of light on this side and on this side, but it's a bit hard if you have cheap stuff. So this kinda gives the same effect, even though it's not. So just keep going with the other one. Sorry for whoever is online. If you came here to just see the drawing being done, yeah, I'm going on tangents a little bit. Sorry about that. But yeah, the drawing will come along pretty well. I hope. I I have a problem when I say stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure yet if it's gonna come great or not. Like the Loki one, I was not sure if it was going to be good, and it came out. I love it. I don't know if you like it or not, the one that I just showed, but I think it's incredible. Okay. Now, I maybe have to place an eye. Sometimes I look at things and say, okay, there's something wrong, but I cannot pinpoint what it is, even though it's right in front of me. Sometimes I don't color the lips of things. It's just because I don't know. I don't know what happens with my mind. I look at it, okay, no, it's done, and maybe I didn't color the lips. It's something pretty important because it's usually red and it comes through. And I do the same thing with the eye. It's not something that I forget because it's one of the first things that I start coloring because it gives me problems. I look at it and say, no, it's wrong. You have to do something. So I color it, and once I do, I'm like, oh no, okay, no, it's about right. Okay, here like this. And now we should trim down a little bit the beard, even though that would be done with the coloring afterwards. But yeah, giving it a little bit of an outline because I don't want to make the same mistake that I did with the other drawing that I did. So now, what the heck? He has beard here and does not have here. I don't know what to say. I'll have a little bit. I'll make them smaller. I don't know what to do. Because he has a pretty thick this part. The part underneath the chin, the lower lip. I don't know what's the name of that. Is right on top of the chin. This part. Don't know what it is. What the official name is. Okay. Yeah. So here it goes down because it goes down like this, and you don't have hair here. It goes somewhere like this. But here is full. Well, that's fine, I think. Yeah, the stash goes down until here, and that's a thing that happens for most of the people on the MCU. I don't know why, but it had this continuation of there's the mustache that continues like this, but then here's trimmed down a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty strange thing. It's like they all have, many of the people who had some kind of beard, they have the Tony Stark thing, the stuff like this. That goes, yeah, a little bit like this. Well, he has it like this, right? I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, probably you can. And then there's beard around it. I don't know what happens. Or, well, it's probably somebody on the department, the costume department, or however you want to call them, that I think they do also that kind of stuff. That, yeah, they're into that kind of things. No, we're trimming this a little bit down. It doesn't have to be straight. Okay, and so inside here we're going to put a little bit of skin color, just to show that it's not full. And this I'm doing just basically for you. If I was doing it by myself, I will probably not do this part. I'll go straight to coloring. But it's to give an idea for whoever is online watching, to have an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm doing this part too. And yeah, so that it doesn't look that bad. So you would have something like this and then start coloring. It would look pretty bad if you don't have this done. It would like a thick beard with nothing in. Because all of these will be covered with color, so it wouldn't be really a problem. And here it starts getting a little bit thicker. And it should be the part where the chin turns. It goes underneath. Okay. Give a little bit more lines here. And that's also something that helps me out. I mean, a little bit, at least. Okay. This guy has pretty thick follicles. Yeah, it's called like that, follicles. Yeah, and I also know that word, the follicles. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but the word is right. I don't know. And then I don't know stupid stuff. I like super basic stuff. Don't know. Okay. Okay, I was watching if there was somebody that wrote something. Nobody did, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty scared sometimes that even if when I have it on the PC, it's right in front of me, and yeah, I rewatched the stream to cut it, to post that on YouTube, and wow, there was this guy that posted something. I think I read that, and I was basically continuously watching the PC, the screen, probably 50 seconds after he wrote something. And you might say, okay, no, that's not a lot. Yeah, but I'm extremely new at streaming. I've been here for a couple days. So that's pretty bad. If somebody writes me something, it never happens. It's a bit important, I think, to write, to reply to people's questions, I believe. Yeah. Okay. I didn't make him a neck. Now he has a neck. Yeah, we can start coloring this if I can find the pencils that I use usually. I have basically like 5 pencils that I use. Nothing more than that. I have the trusty pink. Every face is same pink. Apart from, I did Falcon. I didn't use pink for that. It's nothing racist, it's just the way it is. I cannot use pink. Red for the lips. Extremely light brown. That goes for the shades. Dark brown. White is for the little details and things that I don't usually use. A dark purple that looks kind of brown. That's good for the lips, for the details. This is gray. I used it for some clothes today. So the black, you can see that I use the black quite a lot. It's like half the length of the other ones. And this is basically everything. If I have to do some kind of clothes, I have that gray, I have a blue. Yeah, I don't have that many colors. Yeah, I have a brighter red, where I think it should be the same color. It should be written here. Yeah, same color. Because I believe my parents bought 2 of these. I think somewhere else in the house there should be. There should be some other one of these, because I think there's another black somewhere, and there is a little bit more. But until I'm done with this is too short to be able to draw lines. I'll just change it. And of course I have one of these with Hello Kitty on it, because of course, why wouldn't you? Yeah, the black is usually the last thing that I use, so okay, I'll move it. Now today I did something different in that Loki one that you saw before. It came out pretty great, and I usually start with giving it a little bit of a paint with red everything. Well, not the eyes, the beard, everything else. And then I start with the brown on top. But I did that today. I did this first, the shades on the face, and then I added the pink. It came out better. I don't know if it was just that drawing, but I'll keep doing it. Unless it's bad. So, let's see. So, for what you can see right now, and the problem with the other streams was it was pretty blurry. I think it was probably, I don't know, it was not 720, 740, 740p. It was less than that. People couldn't see these kind of things that I'm doing. So I'm basically going over the parts where I left the pencil, the normal pencil. But yeah, and this part where I outline that here there's both of them. It is supposed to be filled, but I did not for time reason. But yeah, simply going through this part, I did the same thing. It's outlined, so I'm basically going through. And yeah, then I basically start layering over with the darker parts that I want. And like this, it gives you maybe, I hope, a little bit more. And here there's a shape that I did not see that I'm adding right now. Okay. It's strange lighting, but yeah, basically in every single one of these the light is very strange because it comes from, I believe by watching at this, at least two sources, if not three sources of light. So it's pretty strange. Yeah, yeah, I believe, yeah, the only way to know is asking these guys. Yeah, but with my streams they get 8, 10 views. I don't think I'm entitled to ask them. Yeah, at least I can ask them. I can do whatever I want. They're not gonna reply though. It's, yeah. Not saying that that's a problem. I mean, it is not really. Okay. At some point, maybe if I play my cards well, if I only keep up the good work, as they say, might be able one day to do it like person to person. Go there, like, okay, you want the portrait taken? I'll do it. Yeah, it's maybe too much. Yeah, it's maybe too much. Thank you myself for saying that. Okay. And right now I'm doing with the darker one to give it, to up the shades, because if I don't do this, it's basically like one shade, always the same thing. It's not that interesting, and it gives it a little bit more of a touch. It's nothing that much more interesting, but it gives it a little bit more of a touch. Some parts don't have to, some parts are supposed to. Just like this, and then I'll go with the very dark parts. And for some reason, right here is very dark. His face is pretty smooth. I don't know if he has something over it. Well, it's pretty smooth, but I can understand it here because, well, people's faces have a little valley right here, so it usually shows. But here, it doesn't look like it. Well, at least not here. Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe he has an answer. I don't know. Okay, no, oh, wrong pencil. Let me pick the black. Black is absolutely underneath here. There is a little bit of it here. Here there's a lot. Ooh, I did not do this part for some strange reason. Right here. But it doesn't go over. It's pretty strange. It's all a question of lighting, because I think in this picture he has a light in front of him, because the lights, it's like this, right here. It goes this, like this. Since he is turned with a face, he has straight light that goes right here, like this. Yeah, those are the little things that I notice, and I believe if somebody just spends sometimes to look at stuff, everybody's able to notice these kind of things. But I paid it much more time to this kind of stuff because I have to draw them at some point. And while I search them, I'm like, okay, how's the light? How's that? Will it come well, bad? Do we have the colors to be able to do these kind of things? These are all questions that comes on my mind when I'm doing these kind of things. Now, then we start giving random stuff. There's a little bit of a shade here. Right here. Here it is. Yeah, then I shall start coloring the eyes that I always forget. But in this picture, he has colored different eyes. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do them brown. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not that great in drawing eyes. They're too small to be able to draw good details. Or at least that's my thing. I like bigger ones. I think this works. This is done. It's fine. But yeah, it's not great. Okay. Now, I hope whoever is on the live is at least a little bit entertained by this. I mean, yeah, I can talk a lot. I can just go on forever. But the thing is that interesting for people? And for what I saw for now, it's not. It's not that interesting. It's probably maybe because there's no chat. There's no people in the chat. I was like, maybe people start talking to themselves. Go and make some kind of jokes or tell me something like, oh no, have you seen that Chris Hemsworth made a TikTok? But I don't know, something random. So I was like, oh yeah, I saw it. I'm always on TikTok. Yeah, sure. I don't know, something like that. Well, because I just talk about stuff. If somebody asks me stuff, people are like, oh, what is going to answer? I think, oh, right. Plus, maybe things that they don't show my face. That's maybe a reason people don't stick around, because basically everybody else does. I don't know. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to show my face. Just because I have bad friends. Well, no, I have good friends. But they're little pieces of... Understood? Yeah, it's my way of not saying swear words. It's pretty stupid, I know. I know. You don't have to tell me. Now, because I do... Well, I forgot the ear, and for the first time in my life, I'm doing the ear before the hair, because I always forget. Okay, let's go. Okay. This is the strangest ear. I think I say about everyone. These ears are freaking strange, man. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's because I always draw. I never draw them like they are. I give them my own touch. But for this, I decided, okay, since I'm doing everything else pretty accurately, because I usually don't, I make faster type of content. Like, I do pretty fast. Like, this has already been taken, I don't know, how much does the live say? No idea. Good. And now, I don't know. But usually I do these kind of things 20 minutes, nothing more. To do the Loki. I don't know why I make an open O, Loki, instead of Loki. I don't know. It's a problem of mine. And I just, yeah, well, I say that's a problem of the things that I say. I mangled it. Yeah, that's normal. If you wait a second, I'll open a window. Just a second. I believe, yeah. Once I'm done here, I have to check if this works. If people can hear me well. I don't know. Maybe. It's for sure better looking. Oh, I dropped stuff. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm in an extremely small room. So I went to the door, I closed it, then I went to the window on the other side of the room, I closed it, and then I got back to the desk. Got back to the desk. Yeah. Anyway, I'm watching it from what you're saying. It's pretty dope, right? Yeah, I'm hyping myself. I always do that kind of stuff. Like, man, you're doing the biggest, greatest job ever. And I tell myself, yeah, I'm right. I'm always right. Now I'll just keep going and finish this. Now I don't know what time is it. It's 10:18 minutes. 10 and 18 minutes. Okay, that's fine. This is pretty early. I bought some food. I don't know if people. But if people come in, it would be a little bit better. I like to chat with people. This pandemic, I'm always home. I don't know how it is on the other places in the world, right now. Here it's pretty damn bad. We're kinda starting to reopen, but it's just the worst because we basically never reopened. Some other country, like for a little bit, reopened. Here we have been closed. Well, during the summer, people were around, but it was restricted anyway. So you would have been around, but you wouldn't be able to go to. Yeah, you were able to go to the restaurant, but it was still limited. It's a little strange. I'm giving it a little bit of a black, but as you can see, I'm leaving a lot of space. And now, wait me a second. Okay, because I have stuff on the ear, I'm listening to some podcasts. I don't know if you know them. They are the Weekly Planet. Pretty nice guys from Australia. And despite the way you hear me talking, I'm actually pretty good at English. Spoken has become a little bit of a problem because I don't speak it anymore. Probably the last time that I spoke English, like for real, has been, well, an uncle of mine came from the US a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And yeah, we're talking in English, but I already lost a little bit back then. Probably the last time was 5 years ago. So really, doing this helps me out a lot. I can basically, if you watch the streams, as they go along, I'm getting better, and that's great. It's great for me, it's great for you, it's great for everybody, basically. You will hear normal sentences spoken by a real human. I know it doesn't happen that often, but I'm kind of a real human. And yeah, and I hope you like it. Well, my voice is, well, it's pretty strange. Is high and low. It's like it ends up low, but it starts high, and I don't know what happens with it. I just go along with it. And I used to have a much darker voice, just like this. I don't know what happens. It's probably the way that I move my tongue. When I spoke English back then, yeah, because the way that you move your whole mouth, but not only the mouth, also um, where you make your voice come out. It was like through the nose or through the mouth, the back of the mouth. That also changes the way that you speak. And yeah, I used to have a little bit of darker voice, just like this. And it was the best way for me to adapt to the way that the mouth moves, speaking English. And I believe, yeah, I cannot keep it for that long. The first months that I was there, it was hard. It was hard on my mouth. It hurts to be able to keep these kind of things, and it just became normal. It's because this is the best way to keep your mouth. Well, it's for me the best way to speak it properly, and it already hurts. Um, my mouth, it's really been hurting a little bit. Not that much, but it's a little bit hurting. So I don't know if you're noticing, if you're noticing the difference. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Not only on the tone of the voice, but on the way that I speak the words, the specific words. Yeah, I was told that it's a little bit different. Didn't really believe it, but yeah, I heard to me, I heard me like um I don't know. So I recorded something that I said to somebody back in the day. Way different voice. Also, what I'm doing right now is it's some kind of imitation of myself. It's not like exactly what it was. So I'll go back to the normal voice just because it hurts. And yeah, if I ever want to come back to, well, the way that I was speaking, I simply had to experience it a little bit more. Now this is basically almost done, and I cannot believe that I'm doing it this fast. Now let me do the lips before I forget. This is the normal red, I think. Yeah, it is. So I outline a little bit like this. And on this side, like this. Then I basically fill it in, and then I do the rest with the other pencil. And sometimes also use a little bit of the black or the brown, depending on the person in particular. Yeah, like this. Have you seen the smoke? Okay, it's fine. Okay. And then if you want to blend in a little bit of the colors, just pick a brown. Control. Check it. Is it a brown? Yes. And then you go. So it's a little bit darker. Of course now it looks out of place, but that's because we don't have the brown yet. And now we start going through basically the same way with the brown, and then we fill it with the pink. Fill everything with the pink. Okay. Or maybe on the part that is thicker of the beard, we can just go with the lighter brown where you're supposed to be just thick, where you cannot see below. Now you can see right now that there's the lips are now a little less focused on, like they don't stick out like a sore thumb. That's an idiom that I learned. Okay. Okay. And I hope whoever's watching that you like it. I mean, I believe that the drawing that I did, they're pretty good. They're not the greatest that you're ever seen. That I'm 100% on board with that. Like, there's better people. But I'm also kind of a nice guy. If I say no, okay, I'm staying because he's a nice guy. As I've seen for now, not that many people do. I did the last live stream went a little bit like this. There was always a couple of people online, one, two people at points, and I was like, okay, so I did much better than the last time. It was most of the time either no one or one person. Then I checked the stuff. Okay, no, there has been 11 people watching, and I was like, when were there 11 people watching? And then I received the email from Twitch, and it said, "Oh, here are the things. People watch it for about 0.4%. No, it's not. Sorry. There has been 0.4% of people during the thing, so less than one person at the time. So there has been moments where there was nobody online watching, but 11 people passed through it. So I don't know if it's people just coming in and saying, okay, no, this is bad drawing, and I don't think so. I think this looks pretty good. But more likely, people that come in, there's no one in the chat. I'm talking about bullshit or stuff that just comes up in the mind, just like I'm doing right now. I'm just talking about what happened, and just leave. That's also something that might have happened. And yeah, I would like to. Well, if people like these kind of things, I wouldn't want them to leave because I either have a bad voice or I don't know. Because the thing is, I do speak proper English. I'm just slow at times because the word that I want to say doesn't come up as fast as it's supposed to. But it doesn't happen that often. I mean, if you've been listening till now, you know it's not that bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not that bad. So yeah, if there's people in the chat, they're chatting, they're saying, "Oh, that's great. Oh, you're doing great." That would be awesome, actually. Because on YouTube, I receive messages like, "Oh my God, you're good," or "Can you please do this character? Can you do that character?" I received a message today, and it was like, "Keep doing this," and I'm like, "Okay. So if somebody actually likes them, that's great." And this person was like commenting on everything that I did, everything, and I was like, "Wow." So people actually like this stuff. The problem is that on YouTube I post them like on shorts. I also post the live stream, but nobody's watching the live streams. I don't live stream on YouTube because I cannot. There is something wrong with my account. I start them and they say that I have to wait 24 hours to accept them. The problem is I already did that. I confirmed the number, I received the message, I give it the pin and everything. And then it says, no, you have to do that again. for no particular reason. So I'm pretty mad about that. Yeah, maybe there I could have like this person that likes what I do. Maybe she will like to interact, to have a conversation. I don't know. I mean, they're watching shorts, so it's like 15, 20, 25 seconds. I like to keep them pretty short because I noticed that. No, I got the wrong color. I did a mess. That's why I said always check your color. I did a mess there. That's fine though. Now we go with a little bit of this. Up until, up until there. So yeah, it looks a little bit thinner. Doesn't really, but that looks a little bit thinner. Well, it's supposed to look a little bit thinner. I hope it does. Because of what I see and what you see, it's a little bit different. Don't know why, but it's a little bit different. And I believe that what you're seeing is better than what I'm seeing. Don't know why. It's maybe the camera pulls a little trick and make things look better than what they are. Or else I might say I'm so good that that happens. Yeah. I can boost my ego a little bit and say, oh man, I'm so great. Okay. Okay. And this is giving a little bit of a darker tone to the brown. Just a little bit. Okay, this is, oh, the ear. This is basically done. Yeah, it's over. Okay, the chat is still empty. I don't know, what you think? I don't know how this works. Sometimes people write me, but I've been watching a stream of a friend of mine. I couldn't write, and I don't know why. I don't know why that happens. I cannot. So I'm guessing that what is happening here. I don't know. Well, maybe some of the people. Well, maybe there's just no one online. I don't know. I don't understand the thing here with the phone. Also, I'm not able to see it. Sometimes I peek my eyes over. Well, anyway, I hope it's interesting. Now, I want to, I don't know, maybe show you something? I don't know, not interacting. It's pretty bad for me. I don't know, maybe people want to see the other drawing that I did. Maybe talk about them. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see here how this works. I don't know. Anyway, the drawing is this. I think it came out pretty well. The picture that I used as a reference is this one. And I believe it's pretty accurate. I don't know. Is that supposed to be Thor Odinson? I think. I don't know. I just picked up a picture online. And here I'm watching the podcast. Right here. And yeah, that's pretty fun. I also have an extremely pink lamp. Very interesting. And yeah, but this is everything. I don't know. Should I... Yeah, I should probably finish here. And yeah, I hope whoever has been online, I receive a message in a little bit, saying that yeah, it was good, it was bad, I don't know, about how many people were online, about many people were not, and yeah, I don't know if people want to hang out a little bit. Do people do that? Like they're watching something, then they hang out? I don't know, because I might be eating something. I actually have some kind of stuff. Yeah, but like this is so much better that you can see well, because I did this the other day. This is I did this on a stream. Um, yeah. Okay. It's not perfect, I know, but it's not that bad. Also, well, it's not straight. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a long forehead. Yeah, I know. But the actor does. I swear to God, it's the actor that has the long forehead. It's not my fault. But people couldn't see it. And also, the problem comes this is colored, so it wouldn't have been that much of a problem. And also, the lines are like this, they're super thick. Just because people couldn't see it on the live. Here is like super crispy. It's very nice. That's. What the fuck is that? I think it's blood. I don't know. I did this yesterday, always on live stream, and people couldn't see it. And I believe this is one of my best as a specific thing. Like, don't look at this part, don't like it that much. But looking at it like this, it's like, oh man, ma, oh yeah, oh my, that's pretty good. Yeah, it is, I know. Yeah, this is a little bit higher. But yeah, I could just go with an eraser since it's all pen. Oh, well, it's all pencil, and there's no color. I could like lower this down to this level, lower this a little bit. But the problem is not this part; it's this part that is too low. Uh, I I looked at the source that I had because I had it on the screen right there as usual, and yeah, that would happen. And also, yeah, I wish you. I don't know if you heard all the notification that I got on the phone, but probably you did. Yeah, I have to find out a way to block that. Plus, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm for sure going to post this on YouTube as a short. I'll probably put the live stream there. Usually somebody puts the live stream just because there's chat, there's people talking about stuff. Yeah, but here it's not. Another thing, that is maybe for the people that may be watching in the future. Would you like me to talk about comics while I do these kind of things? So, let's say I'm drawing Batman. Will be interesting if I talk about some of the stories, because I read recently Injustice. It's a pretty interesting story, and yeah, I finished it probably the other day, so I'm kinda fresh. Uh, Probably year 1 2 3 4 wherever. I read that like very focused. The other years maybe a little bit less going forward because it was just oh we try to defeat him. I'm trying not to give any spoilers. Whoever's watches like at the end like spoil the end of of that thing. I was like, yeah, you're trying to defeat him. You fail, he lets you go. Okay. You try to defeat him again. He's trying to kill you this time. He lets you go. Or you leave for basically no reason. Or you're about to win and he escapes for no concernable reason. Yeah, it's pretty strange. After a while, it gets a little bit boring, and people intervene, gods, things. Yeah, it's not that interesting. But the end, I love the end. Uh, the talk um, with Papa Kent. I, is that? I don't remember the name. How it's called? Uh, I get Marvin, but it's not Marvin. That's that's my. I connected mm, the to How I Met Your Mother. The name of the grandpa is the name of the nephew, because that happens in many of the Superman things, where the son is named after the father. But I don't know. Martha and yeah, no, I just have a Papa Kent. That's fine. Anyway, a little bit of a rant about this. So whoever in the future might watch this and say, okay, no, you should talk about those kind of things, I will be glad. I will be glad. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll try to close it. Like this. Stop. Oh, and then wait, bye.